Stop scrolling. Imagine waking up with absolutely nobody to text. No one calls to check in. Your weekends are silent. Holidays? Just you. Your phone never buzzes with plans. Zero friends, not between friend groups. Literally zero. You probably think this is rare or that something's seriously wrong with these people. But here's the truth. Millions of successful, intelligent, normal people have zero friends right now. And the psychology behind it is way more complex than you think. There are 6 types, and number 5 is going to hit hard. Let's go. First, the chronic relocator. This person isn't antisocial. They're actually quite likable, but they never stay anywhere long enough. New city for college, another for work, transferred again. Every few years they restart from zero, and every friendship they were building gets abandoned. Psychologically, they're caught in perpetual transition syndrome. Friendships need about 200 hours to deepen. Relocators never accumulate those hours because they're always leaving. Many are also running. Movement feels like freedom, but it's actually avoidance of vulnerability. Their brain chases dopamine from new experiences but starves itself of oxytocin, the bonding chemical that requires sustained connection. Now they're in their 30s with acquaintances from 5 cities and nobody who truly knows them. Second, the burned bridge builder. This person had friends, lots of them. But one by one, those friendships exploded. And there's always a common denominator, them. Maybe they ghosted people, were unreliable, borrowed money and never paid back, or were emotionally toxic. They've left a trail of destruction. Psychologically, many have untreated personality disorders or severe attachment issues. They idealize people, then devalue them over tiny disappointments. Others are narcissistic, viewing friendships as transactional. Some sabotage relationships before they deepen because vulnerability feels dangerous. Now they're alone, often playing victim. Everyone betrayed me. They've rewritten history, never acknowledging their role. Their brain has literally been wired through repetition to respond to friendship stress with sabotage. Third, the invisible outsider. This person desperately wants friends. They show up, they try, but somehow they're always on the periphery. Invited to group things occasionally, but never the intimate hangouts. People are nice, but never close. Always a +1, never core. This is psychologically painful because it's not active rejection. It's passive exclusion. And the brain processes social rejection the same as physical pain. They often struggle with social calibration, talking too much or not enough, misreading cues. Many are undiagnosed neurodivergent, playing a social game where everyone knows the rules except them. Others have rejection sensitivity, so afraid of exclusion they come across as desperate, which pushes people away. They spend hours analyzing, why wasn't I invited? What did I do wrong? The cruelest part? They blame themselves. Eventually, many stop trying because the repeated rejection becomes unbearable. Fourth, the self-sufficient hermit. Unlike others, this person chose zero friends. They've built a life so complete and fulfilling that other people feel optional. Not rejected, optional. Psychologically, they have low affiliation need. Most humans crave social connection, but hermits are on the far low end of that spectrum. They get dopamine and serotonin from solitary activities, creating, thinking, working, not socializing. Many are highly intelligent with rich inner worlds. Conversations feel shallow compared to their own thoughts. They'd rather be alone than spend time with people who don't genuinely interest them. And those people are rare. Society tells them something's wrong. You'll regret this. But many hermits are genuinely content. The challenge comes during crises when lack of support network becomes a problem. But for many, they're fine. And that's okay. Fifth, the socially anxious paralytic. This person wants friends desperately. They fantasize about connection constantly. But when opportunities arise, anxiety paralyzes them. Can't send the text, can't make the call, can't show up. Fear of rejection is so intense that inaction feels safer. Neurologically, their amygdala, the fear center, is hyperactive. Social situations trigger a full panic response. Racing heart, flooding cortisol, can't think clearly. They catastrophize. If I reach out, they'll think I'm weird. If I go, I'll say something stupid. Avoidance reduces anxiety short term, which reinforces the belief that social situations are dangerous. The anxiety strengthens. The world shrinks. They compose texts and delete them. Get invited and make excuses. Rehearse conversations they'll never have. Many are wonderful people, kind, thoughtful, interesting. But that initial barrier feels insurmountable. They're not content alone. They're desperately lonely. Type 6. The wounded isolationist. This person had friends once, but trauma happened. Betrayal, abuse, catastrophic loss. And they decided connection isn't worth the risk. They chose isolation as self-protection. Trauma changes the brain's threat detection. When deeply hurt by trusted people, the amygdala becomes hypersensitive. Trust becomes neurologically difficult. Their logic: people hurt me. Connection leads to pain. Isolation equals safety. It's a survival strategy. Many carry shame, believing the abuse happened because something's wrong with them, so they remove themselves before they can be rejected again. Some are desperate to heal, but every attempt to connect triggers trauma. Others have romanticized isolation. I don't need anyone. But underneath is often a lonely child who just wants to be safe and loved. Healing is possible, but requires trauma-informed therapy. The reality. Here's what people don't talk about. Chronic loneliness is physically destructive. It increases inflammation like smoking, weakens immunity, raises blood pressure, accelerates cognitive decline, and can shorten lifespan by 15 years. Lonely brains develop hostile attribution bias, interpreting neutral cues as negative. Someone doesn't text back? They hate you. This makes forming connections even harder. And loneliness makes you worse at socializing. When starved for connection, you become desperate, which makes you seem needy, which pushes people away. It's a cruel feedback loop. Breaking the cycle. Is there a way out? Yes, but it's not easy. First, identify which type you are. You can't solve what you don't understand. Second, take small, consistent action. Join recurring groups. Show up consistently. Don't expect instant friendship. Just accumulate hours over time. Third, manage expectations. You're building acquaintances who might become casual friends, who might, over months, become close. Don't skip steps. Fourth, get professional help if you're paralyzed by anxiety or trauma. Friendship issues are often symptoms of deeper wounds. Fifth, practice self-compassion. Having zero friends doesn't mean you're worthless. It's a difficult situation you can work to change. 6 types. The chronic relocator, moving too much. The burned bridge builder, destroying connections. The invisible outsider, always peripheral. The self-sufficient hermit, genuinely content alone. The socially anxious paralytic, frozen by fear. The wounded isolationist, protecting a traumatized heart. Each requires different understanding and solutions. If you have 0 friends, you're not alone in being alone. Millions experience this. It's painful, but not permanent unless you decide it is. If you know someone with 0 friends, extend grace. Their isolation has a complex story. Which type resonates? Drop 1 through 6 in the comments. If you've been friendless and found your way out, share your story. Someone needs to hear it. Subscribe for deep psychological explorations like this. Hit like if this opened your eyes. Remember, your worth isn't determined by friend count. You deserve connection, belonging, and love, regardless of where you are right now.